Hello, my name is Krish. I'm a faculty or an instructor at Green River College. I teach information technology classes, and I want to make this short video regarding the Remind app. So let's go through what this is. The icon for the Remind app looks like this. What is the Remind app? It's a different type of a communication app on mobile devices built for education. It's kind of like a two-way instant messaging app similar to your SMS text messages or WhatsApp, for example. It has the ability to hide your cell phone number for privacy reasons. It's a faster communication tool between your instructors or teachers or professors and yourself who also use this app on their mobile devices. And it's much quicker than email because let's agree on one thing. We're not going to be sitting in front of email all day long. And the fact that you may be a student international, there are different time zones. And so instead of relying completely on email, this is a very quick app that you can communicate between professors and students like you would communicate through a text messages. Text messages and WhatsApp and other apps require each of you share your cell phone numbers. What if you don't want to do that? Or what if you are an international student? You don't want to end up with a big bill. So this is a better app for communication without the use of cell phones themselves, for communication. And it is free app both for the Android and the iPhone type of devices, iPhones, iPads, you name it, or Android phones, Android tablets, some of the more popular phones or less popular phones also can take advantage of this Remind app. Now, what is this app not? It is not a replacement or a substitute for official emails between professors and the student. So if you are a student, if you need to communicate with your professor on official matters, you should still use your school email address. It is not a voice communication tool like Zoom, for example. There is no face-to-face communication, no video communication. It only communicates through text. And as much as the app is called Remind, it doesn't remind you of anything. It's not an alarm app, it's not a timer app, or it's not another stopwatch or reminder app. Uh, I wish they had picked a different name for it, but this is what they have and this is what we're going to do. So how do you set this up? It's pretty straightforward. You would install the Remind app from the Android Play Store, Google Play Store, or the Apple Store. Then you sign up, register for an account. My recommendation is you want to use your school email address with a different password, but you're also allowed to use any other email address as well, of course, with a different password for security reasons. Once you sign up, you just enter in the class code that the professor will send you for that particular class. And then once you enter the code, it'll ask you for a name. And in that field, you enter your true name so that the professor knows who you are. And then he can or she can accept you into or allow you into the class for further communications. And by the way, with one account in Remind app, you can set up multiple classes if many of your professors are using the Remind app for their classes. Each class will have its own class code. So as long as you have the class code and your professor can allow you to communicate, you can enter the class code and have that also available through your Remind app. Now, let's go and show you a brief demo on how this whole thing works. What you see here is one of my Android devices, and you're familiar with the Google Play Store. So just go click that, and you can actually search for the Remind app, since I have done it before. So just type in Remind, and the appropriate icon shows up. It says Remind School Communications. You click that, and this app is done by this company called Remind 101. Make sure that it is the app that looks like on the screen. All you have to do is click install, and it'll go through the installation process, and give it a few minutes. And that's it. So it's installed, and then you open the app. Once you open the app, it's going to ask you, enter your email address or phone. So this is where you're signing up or getting an account, creating an account with the Remind app itself. Do not use your phone number here if you so choose to. I'm going to recommend you to use an email address, preferably your school email address, or you can use any other email address if you so choose to. So in my case, I'm going to use, because I'm already a professor at my college and already have a Remind app, it'll prevent me from using the same email address here. And since I don't have another email address, I'm going to type in a different type of an email address in here, like so. Okay. So in your case, since you're a student, I'm going to highly encourage you to use your school email address so that you keep everything within the school ecosystem. So once you put your email address in here, click enter, and then it would have sent your school email address or any email address a 4-digit code that you have to enter here. So I'm going to go to my email on another window, and I have a code here. So I'm going to come back here, and the code is there, and there. 7224 was the code. And it's asking me to create a password. I'm going to put in a password here. Something like that. Don't tell anyone the password is couch potato. Okay, maybe put a number in there. Okay, but again, keep your password pretty secure and make a note of it because you will need it to log in. So once you click next, you would agree to the terms and conditions and then tell us about yourself. You would say you are a student. And you can skip this step if you so choose to not to provide your phone number. Okay, skip this step. What's your name? This is where you provide your full name so that your professor can recognize you. Okay, so I'm going to, put a fake name here. For example, test student. Okay, that's not my real name, but I cannot put my real name again because my name is already registered. So I'm going to put a test student as my name in here. And you can skip this step, although there is no button for skip. Pick a date that will make you legal. Okay, don't put 2020 in here. You don't have to actually put your birthday in here for security reasons. I'm just going to click next. This is where it asks you to put in the code for your class. And so what I'm going to show you here, where does this code come from? Okay, I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Suppose that you are part of my class. Like I said, I am the professor for this class. So I may have something on the class Canvas shell, an item like this, for example, join Remind.com via your cell phone, text this and type this code. So this is the code that you're looking for that you have to enter in the other app. So I'm going to take this code, 4ED29K, and I'm going to enter it in here in my cell phone. So 4ED29K. And that's it. Click the join button, and it will send a note, with, some comment in here. So include a message. So you can just say, hey, you can put your real name in there. In my case, remember, my name was test student. And then you click send, and your professor will get an email excuse me, a text. There you go. So it actually took my name there. Okay, you joined this class. Okay, do you see that? And then you can see all the other class announcements, regarding this class. You can send files if you needed to your professor. And you can see, there you go. This is your test student. As you can tell, that you're the only, I included you into that, and so forth. And if you need to, you can send, there you go, so send a message to your professor, and he or she will get whatever you type in here on their mobile device. This is much faster than sending it through email, because what if the professor doesn't check email as often, but pretty sure that he or she is carrying their cell phones or mobile devices with them, and they will get a quick note from you, something like, let's do a test message in here. So individual messages, this is the teacher, and let's type a message here. Hello, professor. I am having an issue with lab 3. Okay. Can you please set up an office hour session to talk? There you go. And then you click send, and your professor will get an email address. So this is the message that you have sent the professor. And the professor, I'm going to go into my another session there. Give me a second. So so I'm the professor. I'm going to type in, a message back to you, something like this, which you will not see because I'm typing it in a different window here. Yes, test student. So let's say I'm the professor for your class. I will send you a message back here that may look something like this. Yes, test student, let's set up a meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I will send you a Zoom link. So see, it's much faster than if you were to open up your email and send it. And by the time your professor sees it and then replies back, you've already lost a day or two. So this is much quicker in terms of communication. Hope this video helped you in understanding how this app works. So go ahead and download the Remind app and use it to communicate with your professors. Thank you.